Why do we drink alcohol? Why do we ping-pong back and forth from sober months to drinking routines? Everybody knows alcohol's a poison. Everybody knows alcohol's a depressant. It's been legal, then illegal, then legal again. Why can we have control over so much else in our life, yet alcohol is just that slight exception? That's what we're going to talk about today. And we're going to start with the two types of thoughts, unconscious and conscious. In a perfect world, these two types of thoughts would be completely aligned. Unfortunately, with alcohol, this doesn't tend to be the case. So let's double click into that. I want you to answer one big overarching question. Why do you drink? If you'd like, pause the video, pull out a piece of paper, write it down. Give it some thought. Why do you drink? For me, it was to relax, to let loose, to connect with my friends, to stay awake a little longer after a crazy hard week, and frankly, because I thought I liked the taste of cocktails. Did you have any of the same reasons? All right, now I want you to answer the second question. Why do you want to be more intentional with alcohol? Why do you want to reduce your drinking? If you want, go ahead, pause the video again. I really want you to think about this. Why do you want to be more intentional? For me, I didn't want to have hangovers. I wanted to be more consistent in the gym. I didn't want a substance to have that pull on me, and I wanted to be healthier. All right, so let's go back to these questions. Why you drink alcohol? This represents your unconscious thoughts. And why you want to either stop or reduce or be more intentional represents your conscious thoughts. So look back at your two lists, or you can look at my lists. Are the lists at odds with each other? I know if you look at my list, yeah, they are totally at odds with each other, right? I wanted to drink to relax, to let loose, yet I didn't want a substance to have a hold on me. I wanted to stay up longer after a crazy week when I was exhausted, but I also wanted to be more consistent in the gym and be happier and healthier overall. Those two things are in complete conflict. So when my subconscious and my conscious are in complete conflict, your brain is in conflict, which causes you a lot of pain. So I want you to imagine you're in New York City. You're walking down the street, and you see two people just screaming at each other. How does that make you feel? Do you watch the other side of the street, try to avoid them, put your head down? Do you get that anxious feeling? Do you get, yeah, that terrible feeling? That's going on in your head when your unconscious and your conscious thoughts are not in alignment. So we have this terrible argument going on in our head. Our brain doesn't know what to do with it, so it says, we need to restore harmony. We need to fix this. And it tries to fix it in 4 ways. The first way is behavioral change, right? This is where we draw the line in the sand. We say, I'm not going to drink. When we do this, we stop drinking for a while, right? We're all high achievers. We have good willpower. But guess what? Our unconscious thoughts, they don't change. So that conflict starts back up again, which makes you stressed. And what do you do when you're stressed? For a lot of us, it's go and have a drink. What a vicious cycle. The second way we try to do this is justifying our behavior. So we say, oh my gosh, it's such a tough week. I can go out and have a drink. I gotta stop being so hard on myself, right? Once again, our unconscious thoughts, do they change? No, they don't, so they're likely to come back up. The third is we add another behavior. I used to take so much pride in no matter how hungover I would always go for a run the next day. Every single time. I would sweat it out. I'd sweat out all the bad stuff, right? I'd start feeling a little better. Maybe I'd take a nap after it all evened out, right? No, it does not all even out. Lastly, you delude yourself. This is when we start denying how bad it is. We say, well, everybody else is doing it, so it can't be that bad. Or, well, I had a grandpa who lived to 100, so alcohol, and he drank every day. So, I mean, how bad can it really be? Or, I'm going to go take a sober month just to show myself that I can do it. We grit through it, and we say, see, I can stop whenever I want. I can stop for a year if I wanted. I'm not going to, but I could. So we go back to our old habits. Guess what? Unconscious, conscious thoughts, they're at odds with each other until it becomes unbearable. The cycle begins again. So to recap, we have unconscious and conscious thoughts. For alcohol and for most of our bad habits, these two thoughts are completely at odds with each other. So as a result, you have this massive cognitive dissonance or conflict going on in your head, which leads to our brain saying, I need to fix this. And I can fix this in 4 ways. I can either vow to make a change, I can justify the behavior, I can add another behavior to offset the drinking, or I can delude myself. So that's the situation we're in. So how can we stop this conflict, right? How can we stop this alcohol cycle? The key is to get your unconscious and your conscious thoughts in total alignment. If we get those two thoughts in alignment, you will completely eliminate your craving for alcohol. I'm going to go back to that. If we can get unconscious and our conscious thoughts in alignment, we no longer will crave alcohol. Imagine if you never craved alcohol. It wasn't instinctual. What would your life be like? Yeah, you could be as intentional as you wanted with alcohol. You could drink here and not drink there. You could stop drinking completely. You could only drink in certain events, right? Because there's no craving. You get to pick. That's our goal. We need to get you to a point where there is no craving, so you can be as intentional as you want. And there's two ways we're going to do this. The first way is we're going to build a really strong why behind your conscious views, right? So why do you want to reduce your drinking? Double click into that. What is in it for you? How does that help you with your goals? How does that help you with your relationships? Build a strong why behind that. And then the second way is we're going to test and break down our subconscious beliefs, right? So why are we currently drinking? So how are we going to do this? We're going to do this through a combination of learning and then trial and error. We're going to experiment. So fortunately, you're on my channel, so I can help you with the learning part. On this channel, we're going to debunk common beliefs about alcohol. We're going to explore the science behind why we drink, and we're going to share success stories. So with a little learning, some action, and some trial and error, you can be more intentional with alcohol. I know you can, and I'm excited you're here. So write in the comments below any thoughts you have, any unconscious beliefs you have, and I will make sure to address them in an upcoming video. Thanks for being here.